Shenanigans.
You mean shenanigans?
Shenanigans. Evil shenanigans.
Shenanigans, right?
So, did you podcast last night?
No. My nieces were here. They came in, and my youngest niece decided to come and buy a car, so that was the reason they came. We were going to get together and do things last night, but by the time things wound down, it was like 9:30, 10 o'clock. My wife made enchiladas that were
there you go.
They were so good. So it wasn't going to work out. It is what it is, dude, you know. Sometimes sometimes there's time, sometimes there's not. And she said next time, when they come down, they'll kind of, we'll like start early. So get it.
From what I understand, they were a pretty good riot just at the shop.
They're hilarious.
Themselves. Yeah, and I'm like, they're Shannon's family. Of course they were probably fun.
Oh, they're a blast. Did I ever show you that clip of them making cookies? Well, see, and that's why I've got this set up.
That's why we have this fantastic device.
Yeah. So let's go over here. So I've got a little image that pops up to hide my screen while I'm dicking around.
Okay.
So now you can't see what I'm doing. Yeah.
I disappear.
Yeah. So the other one, you'll like this. So the other one actually shows the screen. You'll disappear again.
Oh.
Right? Or I can just go in there and just completely hide the whole thing. So you can just see the screen. But
there you go.
Yeah, I know we're dicking around.
Good thinking.
I don't remember what she did. Actually, it's probably better to do on this one over here.
Do they have a YouTube channel as well?
No. This is so much faster. That's why I'm talking like PCU stuff. I have to find them on Facebook.
You're like, now I'm a fucking nerd.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a rabbit hole too. Once you start learning, you just keep going. Next thing you know, you're like, what do I know everything? Not once in my life did I think I would know CPU processes, how it changed, and RAM and all that type of stuff.
Oh, no. I have no idea.
It's funny, too, because I've always hated science. Hated it. Like, I don't give a fuck why a tree grows. Let the tree grow. Ain't my problem.
I always liked that stuff. I thought it was pretty cool. I just never had any use for it.
Not once in my life paid anything out, right?
Pretty much.
Just let the tree grow.
See, that's the problem. See how everything takes so long? This is my processor issue.
I mean, the surface just runs smooth, though.
Oh, it's quick. It's super quick. So, I don't have the thing up, but I can do this for you.
You know, I almost wanted to make the joke. Heard your wife say, "You want me to put my new speaker in the grass?"
Yeah.
It's made from grass.
Oh, that's funny. It's made from grass.
Yeah, did you look up, like, the Marley website or anything before you bought them?
Oh, no. I looked up since.
Marley speakers and everything there.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah, when you told me about that, I was like, maybe I should go look and see what the heck this is all about. All about.
You can search your messenger right there to the bottom right-hand corner.
Oh, can you?
Yep, see, no, over one. That's the one right there.
Well, no, but I need to... Okay, I guess you're right.
Type the name in.
Duh, I'm stupid. Come on.
I don't want to be that hard on yourself, but, you know.
Yeah, well, she did... I asked her to send me the actual original video.
Like unedited?
Yeah, the video they did, because eventually the video went on... I mean, I don't know if it was like a TikTok video or something, but it went on forever.
TikTok.
But what I needed was the actual video file.
I have to admit the fact that I have definitely downloaded and created a TikTok because of how boring it's been.
Hey, what's up with TikTok? I was trying to look into it last night because I heard that it was like for real.
That's the new popular social media. You know how you got stories at the top of your Facebook where people post whatever they want to?
Yeah.
Same concept. These people are actually making videos, though. But there's, like, some cool things in there. There's, like, some people that do, like, cosplay and everything like that, and they'll dress up and do weird, creepy videos or rock heavy metal videos. There's girls with their titties bouncing everywhere. Just like every other... If there's social media, somebody's going to try to get naked on there.
Well, I guess what I was looking for was more of the whole, like talented people doing talented things.
Oh, yeah. There's some cool stuff on there. I mean, just depends on what you follow. Like everything else, you know?
That figures. All right, so here's the thing. I'll have to... It is on YouTube.
On the waist, all right.
Yeah.
Did you just fart?
Mm-hmm. This is awesome.
Because you were laughing so hard?
We're making gingerbread cookies.
Gingerbread cookies.
She's having a hard time getting through it. She'd have never made it on Saturday Night Live.
Just the whole skit's ruined now. What if she just... Was this a TikTok video?
I think so. Some type of little flour. A little chocolate syrup. An egg. I'm not sure what that is.
Ginger? I don't know, honestly.
Oh no!
Get
Oh,
it?
they had a good time, huh?
Because they're gingers.
Because they're gingers.
This is a ginger bread. Yeah, I thought that one was pretty funny.
That girl just pops right up. That's good.
Yeah, that was Tasha. Was the other niece.
That is pretty funny, though. That was a good video. Good for them. Having a good time. That's all that counts.
They're really funny. All right, so I've been waiting weeks to hear this story. You said you had a story.
Oh, yes. You're going to love it, too.
Okay.
Weeks. That's how long we've been slacking since we've done this.
It's been a
I
few
gotta go
weeks.
find my screenshots that I took of it.
Screenshots.
Yeah, it was a conversation on Facebook,
Oh no.
which got blown way out of proportion. Not to explain the whole thing before I get too far into it, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so naturally we're during quarantine right now. First thing they do during quarantine, right? They just shut down movie theaters, restaurants, and all that stuff. My birthday is May 4th, coming up. My dirty 30, so obviously
Oh shit.
screw my birthday.
The dirty 30.
I don't get a whole lot of fun to do, right? Unless everything does magically open up by May, but we don't really think it's going to happen. It might. You never know. And even if it does, who cares? But all I was really excited about for my birthday was Black Widow was coming out at that time. Scarlett Johansson,
Oh,
Marvel,
right,
Black Widow.
right.
I'm a huge Scarlett Johansson fan. I think she's probably the sexiest actress out there.
She's not
Been in
bad.
love with her for a long time. And naturally, I'm like, oh, the birthday's coming out, or the movie's coming out on my birthday. It's meant to be. Thank you, Jesus. You know? So I go on Facebook and I post, all I want to do for my birthday was go see this movie. And, of course it couldn't happen. Hashtag thanks coronavirus, So that's just me posting, you know what I mean? Making a joke about it, or, blame China. I don't know what the hell I said
Yeah.
exactly.
Fuck China.
Blame China, whatever. So, person comes on my Facebook. No idea who she is at all. Again, obviously, as you know, I have 5,000 friends, some near on Facebook.
Okay.
So I have no idea who this lady is at all, but she's on my friends list because, I'm just add.
Right.
Anyway, she says, you should also thank Trump. Because he could have taken this seriously nearly 2 months earlier than he did. Shrugs. And then I commented back. Or nah. That's what this post is about. Let's
Yeah,
not.
we didn't even. I mean, that has nothing to do with it.
Not once did I believe anything political
She's
in
trying
there
to
at all.
politicize your birthday being ruined. Damn, Trump came to my house and he ruined my birthday.
Thank you, Trump, for ruining my birthday. It's your fault.
That's a good stretch,
So
though.
that was it. That's what
I
she went
get
to.
it.
So, to me,
Fair
instantly, right off the back, I'm like, no, that's not. We're not mad at anybody for this. You know what I mean? I'm just
He
saying.
didn't infect people.
Nobody infected anybody.
Yeah.
I give a shit who all I
It
know is
sucks.
I'm mad. They shut down. I
No,
want to
I
see that
agree.
movie for my birthday, right?
I agree because I like movies and shit. I want this stuff to come out, but they're
Fuck you, microphone.
there you go.
So, oh fuck, it's a little high now.
Yeah,
Give me 1 second.
Just
We're
bend
just
it down.
readjusting.
There you go.
To which I responded, or nah, as I said, right? Like just. I meant or nah, as in let's just not do this. Let's not
or
start
hey,
this. Right?
yeah, that's not what I'm talking about.
That's what she says. Don't want to hold him accountable for his words or lack of action. Got it. And again, now she's pulling this whole thing, and now she's judging me even. Like I'm a giant Trump supporter in any way, shape, or form.
Well,
like,
and that was the thing that's funny because you're not really even a Trump supporting type of person.
yeah, I mean, I just support everybody.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't care.
You're
I'm
not
not a
an
Trump hater.
advocate.
Yeah.
You're not. Yeah, you're like
I'm here for the memes, man.
this dude's Switzerland, motherfucker. He's Switzerland.
Yeah.
So she's just trying to drag. you
She's
through
literally
the mud.
bringing this out to him. I'm all like, and then I said, don't want to take into consideration the real problem. This world is overpopulated with ignorance and people who try to blame others for unrealistic expectations.
Oh, that's weird.
Hashtag Thanos was right.
I think that's your political stand.
Yeah, right? Really? I'll stand behind that one.
That makes
So this
sense.
is going on. Hashtag Thanos was right. Love that one. She says, 100% agree on the overpopulation. And then this other girl, no idea who she is. Now she's chiming in our fucking conversation, and she says he also fired our pandemic response team. To which now I don't know why. I think I'm laying in bed when all this happened. I don't remember exactly what time it was. Oh, let's see, 1:23. So it's probably 1:23 in the morning, maybe 1:23. Probably 1:23 in the morning, and to which now I'm being dragged into this. I'm not again, as you know, we talk politics a lot and stuff like that, but it's more fun than anything. But now I got two people that are just attacking me personally, like because I don't give a fuck. What are you doing this for?
And to clear things up, he tried to fire several people.
Oh, no. So then, as I'm saying, I went online and
he couldn't. They wouldn't let him.
Reuters.com.
Yeah.
To which it says the fact check thing. That's what you have to do,
Yeah,
right?
they
So
do
I
a good
fact check
job.
it, copy and paste it, send the link right over. It says, no, he didn't. Like, let's be smart. He called it something different. He spread it around differently.
Right.
He moved some money. Let's just call it moving money.
But yeah, he tried to do a bunch of stuff that didn't make sense to certain people.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't let him because it was beyond his power. So he couldn't
did
do
the
it.
way he wanted to do it.
He wanted to, but he didn't. So, hey,
So
he
he
tried.
did fire the response team. I'm all like, again, you're reporting fake news. Stop it.
Right. If you want to say that, hey, he tried to, yes, you're right.
But now I'm already into it.
Oh,
right?
yeah,
Now
well,
I'm now I'm
guns are
balls
up.
deep, right? So then I'm all like, but he also gave us Space Force, still winning.
I love Space Force.
we support the Space Force a lot. All right, next thing. He did, in fact, downsize them after their funding. He also fired the leadership. He also chose to completely ignore the playbook. I'm like, again, completely ignoring the fact that we have a freaking Space Force and fantastic memes.
Yep.
I pity your negativity. Like, I'm sorry you're not enjoying this like you should
And this
be.
is all before Tiger King even.
Yeah, right? This is Carol fucking Baskins. Like, you know what I mean? And then the other girl chiming in again says, we don't have a Space Force, that doesn't exist.
Yeah, we do.
Now, again, I'm doing the same thing. I'm online. Here's Space Force. Send her the link to Space Force. Sir as shit, she comes back and she's all like, well, motherfucker, Space Force does exist. So I'm like, it's a real thing.
Yeah, it was a big point
not
of
a
his.
joke.
He ran talking about it. I mean, I want to put something together.
That's how ignorant people obviously are. You know what I mean? They don't believe this is a real thing happening.
You gotta be careful because the media just wants to. They want the clicks, and we talked about this, right? They want click, click, click. So yeah, they want these people to be like outrage, and then they find out. But next week they'll be clicking back again to see what the new outrage is.
Yeah,
that's all.
right,
I mean,
anything.
it's dumb, but yeah, that's.
So, person one comes back and says, no, I'm not ignoring the facts. I've seen the interviews with people and worked in that office, talking about firing everybody and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, I've seen Star Wars too. Space Force is real. Like, now I'm just fucking with her, you know what I mean? To which she comes back with, I'm more of a Star Trek fan.
Obviously.
And I'm like, you Trekkie fuck, right? And so I said Han Solo doing the salute, Like, now I'm literally trolling the shit out of this woman the best I can.
I mean, you were talking about how you're a little bit bummed out about your birthday. She's trying to make shit about
I'm
people who
sending
vote.
Captain Kirk doing the, I'm just memeing the fuck out of this stuff, and I'm tagging her in it, right? And then she sends that other girl sends him some pictures about remember that movie Starship Troopers?
Yeah.
It's like clips from there saying like, we're doing our part.
Yeah, oh, that's
and I'm
so
like,
funny.
see, it's funny because now Space Force is fucking real.
That's a lot closer, I think, to what I think about Space Force than, like NASA. I think of Starship Troopers as like, we're gonna shoot the alien bugs.
So I come back and I say, now she's getting it. Thank you, Trump, for providing us with this great opportunity. And to think, both started so negative with this conversation, right? Because now we're all on Team Space Force. That's where it's come down to, right?
It's bringing people together.
So girl number two, that again should be minding her own fucking business, she chimes in one more time. She's just posting funny gifs at this point, you know what I mean?
Yep.
But now she's chiming in again, trying to throw her out. Space Force doesn't exist, and I'm like, you're automatically stupid. So now we can have fun. But thank you for the memes. Anyway, she comes back with stating facts isn't being negative. It's only negative if you're trying to deep throat the president for his every move instead of holding him accountable. Right? So now, again...
She said deep throat.
Yeah, she said, if you try to deep throat the president for his every move instead of holding him accountable. And I said, he's accountable for the Space Force, and don't start talking about deep throating with me because this conversation will go way different,
It's
cutie.
the wrong direction.
I'm like, this will go way different, cutie.
Yeah, I
Right?
saw your profile pic.
Yeah, right? So... Oh, sorry, I should probably say the name, but
I'll
this lady comes back and says, you're disgusting. Now she's trying to share memes of former Obama officials saying Trump ignored the plan of attack for pandemic and blah blah blah.
Why?
Again, at this point, I'm balls deep and having fun.
Sure.
Now I'm past it, like I already.
You're laying there.
This girl started talking about deep throating, and I'm all like, "This is gonna go way different, cutie." You know what I mean? So she says I'm disgusting, and then I come back and I'm like, "Oh, come on, let's not start making this personal. I'm not calling anybody's names or anything like that. But you calling me disgusting is open up a can of worms because you don't want to do this to me."
I am a professional. I will open shop.
And I tell them, hey, it's really ruining the fun. You know what I mean? Like, if you take this too seriously, you're ruining my fun. I'll stop now, but I'll enjoy it until then. So the lady comes back and says, Space Force is just NASA. And I'm just at this point, I'm like, why? Ignorance, right? And again, there's ignorance on both sides. Let's not deny that fact. There's ignorant Trump supporters, there's ignorant Trump haters. Everything, right? So this is obviously one of the ignorant ones. So which, girl number 2, who, by the way, I have now messaged her privately. I've been like, look, I wasn't trying to be a complete, dick about that cutie comment, blah, blah, but, I'm having a lot of fun. She's
was off the cuff.
Yeah, and she's all like, you know what? I'm having fun with this, too. This is a great time. And I'm like, all right, let's keep this going. So me and her are in cahoots together now, right? And she's all like, I'm not a big Trump hater at all, and blah, 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 and I'm super happy that I found out Space Force is actually real. Like, I'm sorry I said that, blah,
she
blah,
learned
blah.
shit? And then admit, so yeah.
She's a good girl.
And so
we
people
still
like that,
talk to now,
They don't end up being, those are open-minded people that go, oh, wow, I learned something. And
right.
You just don't want to be the person that thinks you know too much, as Neil Tyson deGrasse said, and think you know too much to where you could be wrong.
Yeah, which is the worst kind of people, right?
Yeah.
I don't care what side you're on. Don't be uneducatable.
No.
Don't be coachable, or don't be non-coachable. But so now we're DMing back and forth. You know what I mean? She's like, oh, let's just keep having fun with this. And I'm like, I'm so happy you're in. Me and you are now friends. She lives in Medford, never talked to her before.
Cool.
Now we talk every now and then all the time.
It's
know
nice
what I mean?
to make a friend when you start out negative.
Right, and she was just literally talking shit. Again, just chiming in on a conversation that was no part of hers. But, I liked saying something funny about, like, we talk about deep throat and we can do that,
Right.
So I hit her up, and I'm happy I did, because I was like, hey. And now, again, like I said, we talk's great. So she says Space Force is just NASA. I can't even respond. Like, I don't even know what to say to that. Like, there's a link above that says, no, it's fucking not. You're an idiot, So then girl number 2 that I'm now friends with comes in and says, I'll go to Mars. I'm just like, dude, this girl's great. You know what I mean? Like, because I couldn't respond to the Space Force is just NASA, because you can only talk to ignorance so much until you're eventually just out of it.
It's not worth the time.
Here comes lady number 1. I'm sure this guy would feel right at home on the bug planet. And I'm like, what?
Why are you the bad guy?
Like, why am I getting attacked?
You're the first person when I say stuff about politics to take the other side and ask the question. Not like mean, but
like devil's advocate.
Have you thought about this?
Yeah.
And it has no. I mean,
it's not political views at all. It's just I would rather ask the question than no.
So the whole point is that should you not be allowed to ask the question? Because I think we should ask the question.
You have to,
but don't be a dick about it. I mean, if you're gonna.
Just don't be an asshole. It's not that hard. So again, I'm already like, now she's attacking me all over the place. This guy would fit
What'd you
into
do to
the
her?
planner. I posted that I don't blame Trump for COVID-19, and she's mad about it.
That's all it takes?
Yeah, right? So she says this guy would fit right at home on the bug planet. Girl number 2 chimes in, same. And I'm like, yeah, me and her will go to
I'll
the bug
be there.
planet. Yeah, that's cool.
We'll repopulate it.
So I said, now we're getting personal again. Exploded deleted name. I don't mention your husband looking like a youth pastor whose mugshot is bound to go around and refuses to believe Epstein didn't kill himself.
Shots fired. And the full-blown war is on.
So after she says, now I'm still trying to respond to this, NASA isn't real. You know what I mean? And I'm like, Space Force just sounds cooler. That's what happens when you get a businessman into the White House, marketing success.
That's
because I'm not arguing that it's not NASA at this point. Now
yeah.
I'm just like, yeah, it's fucking NASA, but it's cooler.
Right? You can't argue with people that just they draw a line in the sand. They're not going to be wrong.
Yeah, right. So yeah, she says like, yeah, everyone dreams of going to the bug planet. This is girl number 2. Everyone dreams of going to the bug planet and whooping some bug's ass. Screw looking for stars from telescopes. And I'm like, this girl's just egging everything on. And I'm like, I like her. She's great.
Yeah, I'd go to the bug planet.
That was not all of it, you know what I mean? But like, so she comes back and she posts a little bit more about how, now I'm some giant personal or some giant bad person and everything like that, And I said, oh, come on, let's not take it personal attacks, you know what I mean? Just don't be a snowflakes, tend to melt. Republicans tend to sue someone. Facebook puts me in jail.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, I'm just telling her like, don't because she's like
trying to-
angrily getting mad, you know what I mean? Because now I attacked her husband after she attacked me a few times, all this type of stuff. So we go back and forth on this just for a little while longer, but like that was the main gist of it. But I know at the very end of it, she says, she's all like, I hope you would go to that bug planet and die. I'm like,
That was it.
how do you, I just stopped at that point. I'm like, how do we go from I wanted to go see a movie for my birthday to if there's a bug planet, go to it and die.
I hope you die on the bug planet.
We're going back and forth on this forever. But again, good story did come out of it. You know what I mean? That and now me and that new girl are friends.
Yeah, you made a new friend.
Yeah. And like now I just hope somebody posts some political stuff and be like, hey, go add this person so we can have fun.
So you can tag team.
Yeah, go on there and say, you hate Trump. And I'll go in there and be like, make America great again. And we'll battle back and forth. And you can call me a cousin fucker and I'll call you a, I don't know, what do you call a
Libtard? I think
libtard?
that's like the worst. I don't know.
Whatever. I Google it if I have to.
Yeah, it's weird now because the nicknames, they're a little different. It used to be if people were that, you'd call them a tree hugger, or you'd call people like that oh shit, I don't know, hippie. I mean, that was the
Hippie
worst.
used to be bad.
But that used to be this whole, I mean,
I know the snowflake
almost like a
word
religion.
bothers them quite a bit. Calling them snowflakes.
Well, I mean, they're a little delicate is the thing, and that's why they call them snowflakes.
That's what I said. Snowflakes melt, Republicans sue people. I mean, it's just the way it is. And Facebook throws me in jail because I called your husband a possible pedophile. It's not my fault, but
I mean, if it looks like shit and it smells like shit, I'm just saying.
I was just waiting for her to message back with Epstein did it, or Epstein killed himself.
Oh.
The Clintons were right. She's the great. That was what I was really waiting for.
Yeah.
But instead,
In
I'll
your
just say-
mind, this
yeah.
is-
So like again, I'm prepared for battle now. I'm coming out swinging. I don't fact check a lot. You know what I mean? I'm usually never a person. If I talk about it, I know about it. You know. So like I'm usually never a person that goes and copy and paste a link that says Space Force is fucking real or anything like that.
Yeah.
But at this point now, I'm just really into this. So I hope she says something about Epstein didn't kill himself. The Clintons are the best thing ever. So like I got links ready to go about
Yeah,
like the 74 people that
got an earmark.
suicided themselves.
74?
You know, was like 412.
There's a lot.
No, it's like there's like 412 possibilities, and there's like 74.
It's
98%
associated with.
is, yeah.
It's associated with them as the 400.
So like, I'm ready for this one, right? Because that's my next argument. I think she's gonna make. Obviously, she hates Trump. She probably goes the other way. You know, she's probably a Clinton fan
Yeah,
or a
whatever.
Bernie Sanders fan. I don't know. You know what I mean?
At this
Whatever
point,
it is.
what difference does it make?
Yeah. So I'm just waiting for these new attacks, right? And I'm all like, oh, this is gonna be fun. We're gonna have a great time. I'm telling this girl like, oh, wait till she sees this. It's gonna be so fun.
Now you have a partner.
Yeah, right. And she's still against me, but making it funner for my side.
Well, okay, well, no, she's not against you.
Yeah.
You guys have an alliance. You just don't share. You don't know what you share as far as views. But right now, on this conversation, you guys are on the opposite side of the political spectrum.
Right.
So,
which is the best part
okay,
about it, but she's supporting it.
The nice part is you're bringing to light one thing that's very important. There's two types of people. There's types of people
Mm-hmm.
that, don't agree with you, but agree that you should be civil and be able to still be friends. And then the other type of person that no matter what you do or say, you're now wrong.
Yeah.
It can't be like that. You can't.
Fact check, pull up, Space Force exists. Her argument is Space Force is just NASA. Like, you're literally just trying to say I'm right, but not right enough to be right.
Right, where the other girl says, hey, man, I may have learned something today.
She's like, the fucking Space Force is real. This is a real thing. And I'm like, yeah, you're welcome. I'm excited too. I hope to God. Like, if Transformers come, I feel like we're prepared a little more.
Pretty excited about Space Force myself, I have to admit. I didn't know that was something you could really do. But the more I thought about it, and I think we talked about this the other day, where if we live in a country where we can have a Space Force, where they spend trillions of dollars, I don't remember how much it was, but it's a lot of money. Why can't they turn around, like we were saying, and give all the people all this money for the stimulus?
We were just talking about that on the way over here, actually. My girlfriend and I, yeah.
Seriously.
She's like, she hasn't got her stimulus check either. I'm like, don't worry, it's coming. She's
It
talking
is.
about all the extra money on unemployment.
You know it's not even going to be on your taxes, right?
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
completely
we're talking about it,
tax-free.
yeah. Which is great. I love the whole idea. And I was telling her about, he said, we pulled money out of other things we're doing in other countries,
Yep.
things like that. And she's like, oh, I didn't know we were spending that much money on things like that.
Oh, my God.
And I'm all like,
Oh, my God. It's so much.
And then ultimately what I say is, you don't want to know.
No.
Like, you don't want to know what we're doing. So
No.
I'm like, in my opinion, this is America giving it a chance to see if we can balance our own infrastructure, balance our own economy, everything.
This
on
is
our own.
making America first.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's really, it's a concept. Okay, when is it okay to buy something that is broken? It's not, right?
Right, nobody does.
It's never been okay. It probably never will be okay. But for some reason, if you're a politician, you can fucking lie and say you're going to do shit and never do anything about it and still not have any repercussions. Okay? Why is that normal? Why is that okay now? I don't get that. That should never be okay. In fact, there should be laws saying that if the politicians that we elect don't do the stuff or attempt to do the things that they say, then we fucking killed them.
Yeah, we fucking killed them.
No, there's not. No, you don't lose your wealth.
Epstein Island. Just sit on Epstein Island.
They've got an implant in their brain, and there's a guy watching polls to see if he has to hit the button or not. Oh, 49%. Here we go. If we hit 55%, we don't like him. Fucking.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not doing what you're doing, period. If you do what you say you're going to do, Obama said he was going to do free health care.
That's
right.
Yeah.
So here's what he did. He did it, though. He did it, period. Many people may disagree with it or agree with it.
Yeah.
No matter what.
It depends on who the free is you're talking about. Yeah. Because you got to remember, the reason why I have a problem with it is like me saying free anything. It doesn't exist. It's taxpayer funded. So, yeah, if he made healthcare free for certain individuals, then I'm sure he did. But then other individuals had to pay for it.
Well, what he did was
there's no perfect way to do it. Is why this is
what
a
he
problem.
did was he upgraded certain things. So like now counseling was now included under insurance,
and that's fine.
It wasn't before, so
that was a good idea.
Like I said, there's a lot of things he did, but no matter what, love it or hate it, love Obamacare or hate Obamacare. He said Obamacare was coming, and he made it happen.
Right.
Period. So that's why you can't say no to people like that. You know what I mean? If Trump says I'm bringing jobs back to America, he's bringing jobs back to America. Right. Regardless of if you're happy we just shut down half of Mexico or whatever. Who cares? He said he was going to do it. He did it.
Well,
and he won.
Yes.
So we have to give him his fair chance.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you were saying with Obama, he said he was going to do it, and he did it. Against all, even I don't like him and wouldn't have voted for it and didn't vote for it and all. He did do what he said he was going to do. So you got to give people credit for their job.
What did Bush say he was going to do on his platform? I don't even remember. I don't remember. Right? That's what I'm saying. I was young.
That guy.
I guarantee his platform was not, I'm going to start a war. It might have been, ultimately, we know.
It's just
that the Bush and the whole, Iranian or the whole terrorist thing, that was already,
all those
we
guys,
know that was already instigated.
They've all been war hawks for since day one.
Oh yeah,
because there's so much money in war.
That's why they supply. And maybe his whole idea was, I'm going to balance out we were going to, what's it called? Not a deficit.
And a depression.
No, weren't we above right after?
When?
Who was president before Bush?
Obama? Oh, well, it was
Clinton, right?
Clinton, yeah.
Whenever we had Clinton in the presidency, we didn't have a deficit. We had a plus, like a surplus.
Surplus,
of money. Yeah, we had like a surplus of money
to some extent.
Yeah, but I mean, and then then Bush got into war, and that's when everyone went dead again.
Right.
Is the idea? So like, I'm sure again, his platform. I don't remember. I was young, but I'm sure his platform was not.
We gotta get us into
debt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna get us into debt. So
yeah, nobody.
Did he do what he was gonna say he was gonna do? I don't know. I was young. I didn't go.
I really don't know.
All I know is, I know he stopped gay marriage because again, as a mother that's gay,
which is stupid.
That was the thing, right? And then I know Obama made gay marriage happen. Yeah, right. Let them be miserable like the rest of us.
See, I think we missed the boat if it comes to politics. Years and years ago, there was a guy by the name of Ross Perot. And Ross Perot is a businessman, and he talked about how things were going to be a certain way in the future if we don't change it. And he was super duper right. And he kind of paved the way for someone like Trump to be a president because our economy was failing, and we had so many hiccups in it. And it's like no one knew how to manage money. And if you've ever met a guy that goes into a company and takes it over and fixes it, this is a very important thing.
It's as simple as those shows they come out with, like, the
bar rescues and
restaurant rescues.
It's the exact same thing concept, we just did.
If Gordon Ramsay got to come into your restaurant, he's going to make it run right. Why? Because he knows how to run a goddamn restaurant.
You think people don't even have to know that he was there, but when they walk in the door and they're served, the first person they talk to and the professionalism, they'll already know something is different. So the food has to be better, even if the food isn't any better.
Yeah.
The atmosphere, the experience, but that's because you have someone who knows how to run a restaurant properly, running the restaurant and teaching you. Because we all think we know everything, right? You think you knew all about the rap game. I think I know all about the podcast game and all that stuff. And the reality is, maybe you do, maybe you don't. But there's people out there that do. And if I really wanted to get big and I had the resources to hire somebody, I probably could be as big as I wanted to be because they know how to promote it. They'd know how to edit it. They'd know how to put all my things together.
Yeah, if you got the $25,000 dump into it for promotion
there
and
you
editing
go.
and all the software you need and everything like that. the guest spots and everything.
See?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely.
All that makes a difference. But I don't, and no biggie, but if that was the case, if I wanted to go to the next level, I would look at hiring someone that knows how to do that.
But here's the differences. Let's say it's you, I, and Gary.
Yeah.
This is our podcast now.
Sure.
You know what I mean? This is what we're deciding on. So, like, we vote. We say no matter what, we're voting on who we're picking.
Sure.
To make our podcast famous,
Yeah.
right? Gary and I vote for guy A. You vote for guy B. We won. Majority rules. That's how
course.
democracy is now.
Yeah, I don't
You're
problem
not
with
going to agree with what everything guy A says. You know what I mean? Maybe not. Maybe you don't like the way his platform idea is, no
Right.
matter what. But again, we elected him, and as a team...
Does that make any difference if we make $1 million?
Not at all.
No.
We elected him, and as a team, we have to decide that we decided democracy
Yeah.
is the way it works. We listen to everything he fucking says.
But that guy now pilots the ship, and he's going to now. If he leads us down the wrong path, we made a mistake. Then next time we need to look at someone who's maybe opposite of that person.
That's us going right back to saying, if you do what you say you're going to do, there's no problem. And it's 3 months down
Right.
the road, he's not doing the same shit he says he's going to do. We fucking kill him.
And the simplest thing is this guy that we've elected between the three of us. Now I need to give my full support to, because I have a vested interest.
Yeah.
Okay, it's my money, it's my time, it's my, just like it is for you and for the other partner. It'd be in our best interest to unite behind this person, give them as much positive gratitude, and call them out when we think it's bullshit. That's totally fine.
Nobody's mad about that.
But if he takes us to the next level, you got to give him credit. If he takes us down, you got to say, hey, this didn't work. So
You got to take that L. You just have to. There's no offense or
it
buts
has
about it.
nothing to do with what I like or don't like.
Now,
The
see?
guy could have dated my sister.
If we talk about the rest of the country doing that, that's all you got to do. I don't care if you support, love, hate anything in the world. You just got to give the chance. You know what I mean?
All I know is that I'm right now today. I'm so sad for anyone that was hurt by the coronavirus. I'm so sad for these countries that got shut down. All the things. It's horrible. But my life has been better. It's sad, but I'm more successful at work. I've got more money than I've had in a long time. I've been able to buy certain things we'd been putting off for a long time to do. And it just weirdly comes to a time where I'm pretty close to paying off like a couple of my debts, a couple car loans. And if they do another economic stimulus, I'll be debt free within a couple months.
Yeah.
That quick. So this blows my
Like
mind.
I said, I'm paid off more debt this month than I have in the last 3 years of my life just from
but we're
making that opportunity because, our business isn't slowing down at all, obviously,
No.
somehow. Magic.
in
I'm saving money.
Yeah.
I haven't gone to spend $120 at a bar in a month. That's fantastic.
There's certain things that you have to look at and say, man, that's kind of a heaven send.
No, food-wise, I get the fact that, like, my girlfriend's biggest problem with the whole thing was people that are welfare living are literally making more money than working class people right now.
Why is that bad?
Well, because they're not helping us out. They're not helping. So, like, I don't have, let's say I do have a lot of kids, right? So their food stamps got upped, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But nonetheless, the fact is that food stamps got cut off right before that because, now we're making too much money or she's making too much money. And now they give them back, obviously, because the kids
Right.
are home. So I get that. But nonetheless, literally, you're not working at all. You live off of government. If we're going to do a universal basic income, that should be taken care of. Food stamps, TANF, and
That's
HUD,
what they talk about. though.
right? So, like, imagine the trillions of dollars we're saving cutting those three
Well,
out, right?
I think it becomes a wash, but more people get more money.
More people
That's
get
what
more
it comes
money.
down to, and there's less abuse of the system.
There's no way to abuse that system.
No, because it's equal.
Yeah.
So
You're gonna get
it's
high,
hard to
you're
do.
gonna get high.
But what they're doing right now is they're showing if our economy is strong enough, if our economy is good enough, we can do universal basic
This
income.
is why I think it's a social experiment. Like, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, much
No.
you know that. But
Trump's out-lefting the left right now. He's got Bernie supporters going, I thought that's what we were trying to do for 30 years.
what the fuck? Where did this come from?
Yeah, and they think he's bad, but the guy is willing to try shit. So let him try.
Again, let him try. If he says he's going to fix some shit, if his only platform he comes out and says, we're going to fix stuff, then we're like, all right, start fixing. That's it.
It's weird to me because the amount of money that's out there right now, like you say, people that don't even work, they got more money than they typically have. But I talked to a kid the other day, and he's a restaurant worker, and he says, I'm making more money than I was when I was waiting tables. So his life
Because
is...
he got the unemployment, got the approval for that $600 a week.
He says, we're doing great. He says, as long as everything goes back to normal, he says his parents actually still own the restaurant also. And as far as they're doing, they're actually doing okay.
Yeah.
They're staying busy enough to pay bills, and they're also getting.
Well, they got to pay out less staff and everything.
Well,
so.
no, but they're still paying out certain staff because they can because
But less staff.
the government's giving them the money to pay for.
Oh,
it.
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So this is something that's like
They're not even working. They don't have to pay them.
No.
It's relevant because like the government's
No.
giving them money to do it.
the one guy, if I remember correctly, said he was getting his unemployment, not the actual like regular unemployment. He was still getting paid, plus he was getting the $600 unemployment.
See,
So,
that's a weird thing.
So instead of just taking unemployment 100%, the company was still paying him, but he was getting the $600 stipend.
Well, it's different though. That's because unemployment is money we pay into for ourselves, right?
Right.
So the fact is that the government's paying for it. Why are we touching into our unemployment if we don't have to?
Well, the point was he would get the money no matter what.
Same thing.
But
right?
instead that they run it through the company will pay taxes and things like this that go back into our economy, where if we just give him money from the government, the 600 plus his unemployment, then we're just giving him money. So the good thing is when you run it through the business, it creates and generates more tax revenue, continually doing these things. So it's
'cause
better
you're still
for
paying out, claiming on
Yep.
taxes. That's
You got it.
That's a payout. Right
all
now,
that's still the
technically.
same. So it's still a real.
Like I said, I do think this is the social experiment to lead to universal income.
It could,
Yeah,
but our country has to be strong enough financially to do that.
But again, like I said, if we cut off all the outer country things,
We didn't know that though until now, did we?
no, we didn't know how much money we're spending. Nobody cared, right? Now we said, hey, we cut that off. Now we're gonna give everybody in America $1,200 at least, and they're like,
Really?
Why
We
didn't
could have
you-
done this the whole
everybody
time.
say you could have just done this 10 fucking years ago, buddy. You know
Yep.
what I mean? You could have done that. You couldn't have done that whenever we had the housing market crash. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Gave people the fact to keep their homes a few more times.
I'm pretty sure they could have during the housing market crash,
They
and that's.
probably could have.
But we also the problem that was such a fake economy. If they'd have tried to do that, everyone would have found out immediately that the economy was fake and bad, and we'd all been dead.
We'd have rised up.
China would have came and got us.
Yeah, they're like, no, they picked now go.
Yeah, that would have been a really bad idea. But now because the economy is so, I mean, the stocks are going up every day.
Strange to think about, right? Our 401ks aren't hurting at all.
No,
How weird is that?
I don't know.
Yeah. What's a weird thing it is. But like I said, I do believe this is probably leading to universal income.
Yep.
And I think it's a great idea.
But it took a businessman to get there. They hated the idea. Oh, he's this. Okay, yeah, but what happens if the guy does something right?
Misogynistic,
Okay.
rapists,
Yep.
and racists. You know what I mean? All stuff like, FYI, ain't nobody ever called Trump a racist until he got into office.
Right.
Not once in his life. You know what I mean?
And these places that were predominantly like poor people and had no jobs have jobs again. All right, and one of the things that's
Detroit.
really, yeah, one of the things that's really important about a guy having a job is if you have a job and you're a dad or a guy, that's important to you and your kids. I mean, it's important to you as a person. I know it is for me.
Yeah.
I didn't have a job for a couple months before I came to work where we work.
Yeah, neither did I.
I took a few months off and I got my act together. And I'll tell you, dude, it not having a job does pay a toll on how you feel as a man.
Yeah,
as
like
a
you feel
provider.
inadequate, you know.
Kinda.
I agree. I was unemployed 4 months before I got the job with
Yeah.
us.
And now I feel like strong like bull, you know. It's been
This is nice.
it's just cool to be able to go to work and know that you can just if you get hungry, you can just go buy yourself some food because you have enough, money to buy some food.
Yeah.
If you want to plan a vacation for the summertime, as long as all this stuff blows over, I probably could plan a vacation for the summertime and actually take the 2 weeks off and not stress out about
We
it.
talk about it a lot too, and even if it's over, some things are always going to change, right? Like people will start standing a little farther away from each other in lines, even if we don't have to. I hope people aren't wearing masks forever because that's just stupid.
I don't care.
I want to get rid of that. It's like people wearing gloves everywhere they go. It does not help. You have to wear gloves whenever you touch something dirty, take them off, throw them away.
Yeah,
if you're
every
wearing gloves
time.
walking around the store,
You're just spreading
you're
shit.
just spreading shit. You know what
That's
I
how
mean?
that works.
Which is why I hate the glove thing. But I hope we get past that, But it's not a big deal if, restaurant tables are a little bit farther apart now. So now they can't get as many people in the restaurant. Don't get me wrong. They lose a couple tables, but we get a little more space between us. Because, again,
Well,
I'm loud.
what
I'm
about-
loud in a restaurant.
What about the lady that's the server? I mean, maybe she doesn't have as many people, but maybe the tips are a little higher because There's less, better
experience is nicer. Right?
Exactly.
I don't got loud ass Corey behind me screaming while I'm talking to his family. I got an extra 6 feet, so now it's nice. As opposed to some restaurants you go to, especially around here, the smaller ones, you back up your chair and it's hitting a guy.
Yeah,
you know
I don't
what
like
mean?
that.
If we change that, if we get rid of that as a problem, all the better. That's little things we do, but we can't. We have to be able to travel, though. We have to be able to go to the movie theaters. I don't mind sitting next to somebody in a movie theater. I don't want to stop all that, you know what I mean? But I don't want them to, you've been out to Tinseltown, Medford?
I've never been.
Recliners now?
I've never been there.
Yeah, I don't want them to see, sets of 2s or sets of 4s, whatever it is. I just, leave the movie theaters the way they are, stuff like that. That's our own risk. If you're going to a concert, you might be a mosh pit.
Sure.
If you go see a Slipknot concert, you might get hit in a mosh pit.
Right.
You're doing that. That's just the way it is. If you jump into a pool of human feces, you're probably going to get sick. So again, if we go to a movie theater, we're accepting the fact that we're doing that, right?
Pretty much.
But we don't have to do that in a restaurant. We don't have to do that in the store all the time. I don't have somebody breathing down my neck when I'm trying to type in my PIN number.
I don't like that either.
If that's what we're learning, if that's what's helping us do this, then just fine. Some things are never going to change, but they got to open the borders up. They got to let us travel outside of countries.
Oh, for sure.
Stuff. They can't stop vacations. They can't stop fun. They can't stop social gatherings.
Yeah, dude. It's weird because right now there's no immigration.
Yeah.
They're not letting anybody do anything. And which, at this point, that's probably a good idea just until this blows over because
At least until we figure out how to balance our economy.
Yeah, let's at least figure out. Maybe they're saying that there probably won't be a vaccine, but the flow of the virus around and we just don't want new people to get it. So if lots of people are coming here, who knows?
Yeah.
So once we get that, then we can go back to kind of normal. But it seems like when we were talking about the restaurant thing, it's less money driven now than societal norm driven, right? So when we go from pack as many people in the restaurant as possible, now it's pack as many people in the restaurant as safely possible. Like there's
space.
They're pushed now, I think, to be more customer oriented instead of, and your business should be customer oriented.
Obviously, no matter what business it is, it should be customer oriented.
You got to make a living, but at the same time, like Corey was saying, when you back your chair up into somebody, hey, some of these places are pretty small. There's not much you can do about it.
Yeah, goodness gracious, perfect example. Tiny little restaurant. You know what I mean?
Where?
Goodness gracious on G Street.
Haven't tried it.
You should. Really
Okay.
good. They also do this promotion.
Yeah.
They also do this take home dinner thing. So basically they do it in bulk. So you give them a week in advance, and on Thursdays they're doing take home dinner, and they'll basically send you a family of 4 size meal, and it's all cooked and ready to go. I did it once, and it was nothing to shake a stick at. About $80, I think, which isn't bad for people. $20 a head, and it was enough food where we had leftovers. If you ever look into it, I don't know if they're open actually. Some of those small restaurants like that have just, obviously taken the hit and just shut down completely.
Yeah.
Like Laughing Clam, which I wish they would come back. So bad.
Good food, man. All these different places are so nice. That's the one of the only things that's changed for me and Jen is we like to take, like today, my day off, we like to go sit down in the restaurant and eat. That's what we do. We have lunch.
Myself.
That's what we do. But right now you can't really do that. So aside from that, I don't do a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I go to work. I go home.
Well, we work so damn much anyway.
Yeah, I go through the drive-through.
Yeah, again, you know how many times I tried to go to Home Depot? And the line is wrapped around the damn thing. I'm like, fuck, I don't need it that bad.
Go up to Diamond. My son works up there.
There you go.
And
they
if
have all
that's-
the same shit, right?
Yeah, and if that's the case, be like, hey, it's me. Hook me up. I think he gets a discount.
Let me in. But yeah, I gotta buy a new sink faucet. You know what I mean? First of all, I don't even want to have to be dealing with it, but I have to, right? I want to buy rugs, like we were talking about earlier.
Check out what we got before
all I
you
want
leave.
to do is go into Home Depot and buy a rug. Now I gotta wait in line for an hour and a half to do it.
It's stupid.
Yeah, so that's the type of stuff I want to see.
And that better not be the new norm because I will never go anywhere again. I'll order everything online.
We will be online shopping, returning, and then their money's going up.
Yeah, but it screws the mom and pop guy around here.
But they shouldn't be doing it either. You know what I mean? If you have a small store with clothing, you know what I mean? A small clothing store, you don't have to let 10 people in at a time. You don't have to follow those lines. You know what I mean? We should not be controlling that. But if they start, they limit people going to Winco. They limit people going, well, they don't Walmart yet, but they were talking about it in other places they have. And I'm like, it ain't changing a damn thing.
What's weird is the small stores are the ones you probably should do it at. But honestly, I don't think they get that many people in anyways.
75 people a day, maybe? Maybe.
That sounds like a high number.
You think?
For a little boutique?
I mean, you got to think the downtown Grants Pass, man. People are walking up and down the streets
Yeah, it
every
is
single
pretty
day.
busy. It is
Always,
pretty busy.
until 8 o'clock at night when everybody wraps up the, what do they call it? Roll up the sidewalks.
You mean shenanigans?
Shenanigans. Shenanigans. Evil shenanigans.
Shenanigans, right?